team. Ultimately, that was a team play for them to be able to survive in that game. And with that kind of teamwork, I definitely think they can beat Four Languages with that composition. They have to play it. There's no way that they shouldn't play the Shatter play.
Yeah, you can see we're all buzzing on Method hype right now, but let's not forget the Four Languages did 3-0 them. They've been by far the most dominant team overall in this competition. They're unbeaten in series, and Zonica, like we've said time and time again, he's very familiar with this Shadow comp, and where Chaz did a great job of surviving against the Rogue Mage, can he pull off the same thing against Four Languages? That DK Feral could potentially be so scary for him. We'll have to see as we open up into Nagrand Arena, of course, our first map on this blind pick, and Prophecy has entered the game once more.
Yep, Prophecy has definitely been an MVP. Let's see how well Chaz deals with this composition that Four Languages has. It's a very aggressive, a very in-your-face comp, so Chaz will be tested again. It looks like they've set up decent damage onto Fridorus. He is getting just completely destroyed at the moment, decides to trade out his survival instincts as he is dipping fairly low on HP. Cervantes aggressively anti-magic shelling, so he wants to immune some crowd control. Frosty following up with a full fear on Azanaga. Fridorus on the run once again, but Frosty's right on his back, forcing that save by the light, and Frosty is relentless, man. This is a scary Shadow Priest.
Yeah, Frosty definitely credited for his amazing offensive gameplay. Not that that takes anything away from his defensive gameplay. He's had some fantastic life grips. He's providing Chaz with everything he needs to be comfortable in these matchups. Chaz doing a really good job right now. Normally, you would expect the Feral and the DK to have more pressure than this, but Chaz is just LOSing. That was the Wings, however. If they can connect to him again, which they will now be able to do. This is the Incarnation, Nature's Vigil to provide some off-healing as well as the Berserk. Chaz just trying to cut away with the sprint up and the freedom, but they managed to pudge that off. The Aura Mastery comes out in exchange for that Strangulate, but at the same time, Cervantes taking a lot of damage, the shield proc, and that was the trinket coming out from Zonica. He does manage to sack that sheep, so excellent job from Zonica, but he doesn't have any breaks left. I would love to see Method just swap it up, go for the kill onto Zonica.
Yeah, if Method are feeling confident, that is the play they should make. Zonica's in the middle of the map. Chaz should just bubble and go after Zonica. They locked him out. Cervantes stole the bubble. That's a sick play.
Yep.
One of the best abilities you could steal as a Death Knight is that it just immunes you to everything. But they're actually going to swap onto Fridorus, and there's really nothing to keep him alive. If they can lock him down a little bit longer, they get him caught into that half deep freeze, but no CC to follow it up, which means that Zonica should be able to easily heal his team back up here shortly, but they might want to play defensively. Frosty moves in. He lands the full fear on Zonica. They're still looking to try and make something happen, but Cervantes is already at the pillar, says, "Hello, pillar. Hello, friend. I'm going to stay next to you for a little bit here," as Zonica is silenced.
Yeah, and the thing is they're committing all these buttons like silence, sheeps, but well, actually the full sheep, that's going to secure the game, surely. Cervantes down to 9%. The whole team is on top of him. He does fall, and Chaz did a brilliant job once again. No, we're not really surprised at this point. He's been playing fantastically all night. He was able to just kite out the entire time. Four Languages were never really able to get, so it's basically they can't die through that cooldown, but once it's down and out of the way, they're a lot more exposed for 2.5 minutes since they won't have it again. They need to, for Four Languages, they can't really expect to live an incredibly long time. This isn't like the RMD matchup where they should be turtling and playing for dampening. They need to be playing super offensive onto Chaz. They need to get through those cooldowns ASAP because they can't expect to live that long.
Yeah, we can see Dalaran Sewers. These teams are ready and eager. This is the grand finals. Of course, both of these teams have already qualified for the European regionals, but they are playing for a difference of $1,800 right now. Frosty and No Life are trying to get some icicles, trying to get some shadow orbs. Those classes they're playing build up damage to use later. Chaz immediately bopping himself. Cervantes trying to purge that Never Lucky. Feels bad, man. Chaz is going to sit through that with the whole Blessing of Protection, and now they've set up a decent attack here onto Fridorus. Zonica, though, was able to dispel the sun, so really well played from Zonica here. They're getting so much pressure on Chaz. Frosty tries to grip him away, and he's like the best buddy to have on your team as a healer. Even though Chaz is getting pressured so hard, he's been there holding his shoulders. Chaz is forced to use his Avenging Wrath before Incarnation, before Pillar of Frost. So we credited Cervantes on his patience. He holds his cooldowns for a very long time to find a moment, an opportunity, and now actually going for it maybe a little bit prematurely. He is quite overextended now. He needs to be careful. Zonica is forced to bubble. They're just trying to commit all in onto Chaz. He is now forced to bubble as well. He will easily recover with that cooldown. I think it's a fair trade for what Four Languages was bringing in that attack, but now Chaz is kind of running thin. As long as Cervantes can survive, I think they might be able to get a kill.
Yeah, I agree. They've done what they needed to do offensively, but at the same time, they don't have any defensive cooldowns. It's just going to fall down.
Whoa,
10% HP. Method definitely punishing this small map. They're able to connect to Cervantes so easily, and Method just looking incredibly strong. Chaz did run out of cooldowns this game, so Four Languages did an excellent job of going through those. They even forced the bubble through the wings. Both these teams have come for what they're looking, and now Four Languages are the first team to beat Method in quite a while. Maybe not in the most convincing fashion.
Yeah.
But there's some hope. We still have a series on our hands.
I think that that game was a bit of a cheesy kill, and Frosty will most likely not let that happen again.
Arena.
I mean, it's entirely possible that they do just flop two more games in a row and Four Languages wins, so they could take a victory that way. I'm wondering if they're going to be capable.
Yep, so we're going to see the opening up. It's not a surprise that Four Languages are running the same competition as our Method. No Lifer blinking in, pops out Icy Veins, gets the Deep Sheep, pre-sacrifice, but instantly purged off. And again, the Trinket coming out from FedEx. We're into the silence, so you can't use that AMS. A nice silence from Frosty. We saw it last game as well. The shield proc. He's going to try hold on to that Touch of Karma for now. The Strangulate coming out onto Chazzy's unit. Aura mastery that, but straight into the in-cap. The CC chain from Four Languages doing very well, and that's going to force the dispersion out from Frosty. He's going to trade that cooldown up at a high HP this game, but they were able to force that through the Avenging Wrath. And Method, they do need to be careful because they can just kind of tunnel through for Chaz's heals regardless of CC.
Yeah, it looks like Frosty is not having fun right now, but FedEx has traded a lot of cooldowns. Zonica is going to trade his bubble now. Frosty looking to Mass Dispel that. Didn't land the Mass Dispel, unfortunately, which means that Zonica could easily heal his partner and keep him going very easily. Chaz actually deciding to trinket there in the midst of that, so he will be without that trinket moving forward, which means that Frosty could die. FedEx, though, is the one who's in trouble. 19% HP remaining, gets the Touch of Karma off. Was that bubbled immediately? It was just bubbled immediately, and they kill him instantly as a result. So Method strike back with an early kill for themselves. Still Chaz on the Druid, but he's been playing a Paladin, and looks like Four Languages have made a change. They're going to be having Zonica on the rest of Sham. You know what I want to see Method do? I want to see them run at Zonica. I actually don't think he will expect it. I don't think he will expect it, and I think they could get like a very early kill.
Yep, I mean, they can go for that, of course. They can just CC him up and go for a kill on FedEx or Cervantes as well. Maybe they need to, what do we call it, just kind of charge him down. They've done it a few times tonight. Mainly to Druids, not Shamans, but they haven't met many Shamans.
You can do it to Shamans.
You can definitely do it to
especially
Shamans.
with a comp like this.
Yes.
He doesn't have that much support, so I would like to see Method just do it. Just go right for Zonica. He will not expect it. It's going to be very hard to kill FedEx on this map. Cervantes could be a fairly easy target, but that's not the fun one. FedEx diffused magic at full HP.
Oops.
What?
Yes, that's a mistake.
Did he mean to do that? He just gave that cooldown away, and maybe he's trying to bait them to go on him. They're setting up some damage here onto No Lifer. They did so much damage earlier. They locked him on Frost. No Lifer down to 26%, but finally recovering. Now Cervantes getting set up on. Seems like he's deflecting a lot of the damage so far, but he just can't do it. He's just going to go down. Zonica trinkets. He drops the Spearling barely in range to keep Cervantes going, but FedEx wasn't in it. Now a full fear onto Zonica's trinket, and Cervantes is just going to flop. He's barely hanging on at 2% HP. No, he does not survive, and the swap over to the Resto Shaman does not pay off whatsoever. You have to give Four Languages credit for trying something different, but regardless, Method are going to be your champions for the European Qualifying Cup #1. A huge congratulations to this team. They showed diversity, adversity. They came back from almost defeat against Northern Gaming Blue in the losers bracket, and they've been carrying that momentum off that win for the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, they've just been playing phenomenally this second half, and it's amazing to think that's the same team that we saw at the start of the day that struggled so much they almost got knocked out of the entire tournament with 5 consecutive defeats. And like you say, they've overcome adversity. They've come up with some pretty interesting strategies. Not only the fact that they've swapped their composition up a few times, they've also played some nice mind games. They've done everything right. They've shown that they're great tournament veterans, and that's how come they've been able to go through a quite grueling lower bracket. They've been playing, we've been casting for a long time, but they've been playing in almost all of the last series for the last 3-4 hours. They've been doing phenomenally during that, and they definitely deserve to have their place below that winner tab on our upper bracket.
Yeah, they played phenomenally. I am super impressed with Method. I'm impressed with Four Languages as well. They beat every team up to this point. So both these teams deserving 100% of qualifying. I'm looking forward to the teams that have lost to see how they do in the next coming qualifier cups. They still have a